Ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. It is now time to start the official part of our program for tonight's Diamond Dinner. And our first order of business, I'd like to welcome to the podium, now beginning his 18th year as head coach of the Pilots, Coach Chris Sperry.
Bit of an obstacle course there. Well, good evening, and thank you all for attending what I think is maybe our 15th Diamond Dinner now. I wanted to start off by thanking Brother Tom for his invocation. Beautiful, eloquent. Brother Tom replaced a priest named Father Gary Chamberlain, who's invoked our Diamond Dinner the last 3 years, maybe more than that. And Father Gary is a brilliant writer and a very talented speaker who's now been called back to Notre Dame. And I was commenting to Father Gary once how I admired his public speaking abilities. Because it's really something to marvel at, and he recalled a time when he was a little less confident in front of other people when he was a young newly ordained priest and called to deliver his first homily in front of a very large parish, and was terrified to get up and speak in front of other people. There was a more senior priest on staff at this parish that tried to calm him and settle him down and said, look, I'm going to recommend something for you. This is what most of us who have been in your shoes have done. So I'm going to recommend that you take with you a glass and you put it on the lectern before you start your homily and fill it full of vodka. And nobody will know the difference. It'll look like water to them. And when you feel the nerves coming on, just take a little sip. So Father Gary did as instructed and delivered the homily and ended a mass that he was certain had been delivered with intelligence and inspiration. And when he got back to the rectory, he found a handwritten note on his desk. And there were 4 points made by the older priest. He said, number 1, sip the vodka, don't gulp it. Number 2, there were 10 commandments, not 12. Number 3, there were 12 disciples, not 10. And lastly, David slew Goliath. He did not beat the hell out of him. Thank you. I'd like to ask a few people to stand up briefly, if I could, and just bear with me. Phil and Renee Vars, would you guys please stand? And Jim and Kayleen Henricks, please stay standing. And Brian and Gail Frazier, Laree Renda, Paul and Mary Martisich, Tom Bridgman and Amy Kepnick, Tom and Flavia Fratelli. Now you don't even know why you're clapping yet. And I hope I'm not missing anybody. There's a number of people here, and I probably haven't identified everybody, but there's a lot of special people in this room tonight, and the folks that are standing are special to me because their kids finished their time in our program somewhere between 2 and 5 years ago. And they remain tied to our program, showing their support by attending our Diamond Dinner every year, attending games at home and on the road. And they are here tonight to help welcome a new group of student athletes and a new team, the 2015 team here at the University of Portland. Unique to this group, in my eyes, was always their commitment not only to their own sons, but to the sons of others, to the coaching staff and to each other. In fact, many of them remain very close today, even choosing to spend vacation time together. Some continue to organize team events for us. In fact, next year at Riverside, the Armio family, who could not be here, Kevin's here, but his folks are going to organize a tailgate for us next week. And during this time, these people traveled together, they stayed together, they partied together, they sat together at games. There was a cluster of them. There wasn't a couple here and a couple here and a couple over here. They sort of moved in a pack, and it was really I feel blessed to consider you all part of your family. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to ask the parents of our current players to stand, if you would. I think there's more. Danny, I think there's more. Normally, I can't quote a song lyric that wasn't written by Ted Nugent, but tonight, right? Steve, Michigan guy. Ted, you know Ted. As Kenny Loggins sang, the secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Time to me used to be a cliche. It no longer is. I share with you, all of you standing, the fact that our oldest daughter is going to graduate from the University of Portland this year. And it has gone by in the blink of an eye. And I never could understand that. I could never appreciate that when people older than me used to talk about how quickly time goes by. If you've not yet experienced this, you will. And I mention it only because just as your son's experience passes quickly, so too does your opportunity to develop friendships with each other. And I think I would be remiss if I did not encourage you to look around at those others standing here tonight so that we don't get to May 1st before we identify who the parents of our players are. Make some friends tonight. Not all our parents could be here. And when we see new parents at the ballpark, whether it's at home or on the road, I encourage you to reach out and welcome them into the family. Thank you very much. Lastly, I want to recognize two fellow coaches that are here tonight to support our program that come from other sports. One is Bill Irwin from our men's soccer program. Bill, thank you for being here. And Mr. Jim Sollers, who is going to be inducted both in the Centralia College Hall of Fame and the West Coast Hall of Honor. One of the great benefits of coaching at this level is seeing young men transform themselves. And it happens, as I said, quickly in 4 years' time. Chad Kemmis came to the University of Portland in the fall of 2010, shy, quiet, pitcher and an infielder from Lake Oswego High School. His eyes were wide, his ears were open, he was taking in lots of information, lots of coaching as a two-way player. He was working as a hitter, he was working as an infielder, he was working as a pitcher. As a young player, Chad did not get a lot of opportunities on game day. But by the time he was a sophomore, he was focused exclusively on pitching and threw just 6 innings. As a junior, his innings increased to 24 and he had cut his ERA in half. And as a senior, Chad was a workhorse, pitching more innings in relief than many of our starters. He eventually earned starting roles. The only problem with that was that we couldn't pull him out of the bullpen. By the end of the season, Chad had the lowest ERA on the team, pitching the 3rd most innings and striking out 3 times as many batters as he walked. When I think of Chad and the words that describe him, responsible is the first to come to mind. You could always count on Chad to do the right thing. to do the right thing in the classroom, to do the right thing preparing for play, and to do the right thing as a member of a college community. I also have to acknowledge his perseverance, the perseverance that he showed in working through tough times and the time it took to develop confidence as a Division I player. The transformation was incredible to watch. And before our eyes, Chad had gone from a boy who might be okay today, might not, to a young man who visibly and actually gave us our best chance to win. And although it is my privilege to announce this award, it is not my right to vote on it. Chosen almost unanimously by his teammates, our 2014 Most Valuable Player is Chad Kemmis. The other award that our players vote on is Most Inspirational Award. Many of you, those of you who have been associated with the program in recent years, know J.R. Bunda and his story. It was told in depth here, but on the 10th of December 2012, J.R.'s heart stopped while he was working out in the Child Center. If not for the courage of two teammates and staff members here that are in this room tonight, we would have lost JR. And he returned that year and was pitching out of the bullpen. Gosh, I don't know. He was in a coma for about 3 days, and it was some weeks after that he was able to return to the mound, only to get a blood clot in his arm and had to be shut down for the season. He was able to get a redshirt season and came back and participated in the program again last year. And JR was, again, almost unanimously selected as our most inspirational player for the second year in a row. JR is currently playing professionally in Australia, and he sent a short video that we'd like to play.
Hello everyone. I hope you're all enjoying this year's Diamond Dinner, as I am sure is yet another success to a growing event. First and foremost, good luck to this year's team, as we are all excited to watch you break in the new turf at Joe Etzel Field this season. Thank you to last year's team for voting me most inspirational for a second year in a row. As I look back at it, the past 2 years have been the hardest 2 years of my life. I realized that I was the one in need of desperate inspiration through those years. I am truly blessed to have such a strong, compassionate, and loving support system in our UP baseball family that was there to support me during a time I needed the most. I believe we all share a common goal in life, that is to seek inspiration in others to provide motivation in our personal endeavors. Along the way, we sometimes overlook the fact that through our struggle to succeed at whatever it is, we most likely have impacted someone else and provided inspiration to them. To be an inspiration, one needs to have been inspired. And I have been inspired. So thank you, teammates, coaches, athletic faculty and staff, professors, alumni, and family and friends of our community. You are the inspiration. Thank you.
So on Thursday, this group of young guys that are with us tonight, that we're here to support, will be taking off for our season opener at Cal Riverside. We have a 4-game series there, and it's amazing how fast the season comes around, but it's also amazing what we have been able to accomplish through the generosity of some wonderful people that will be recognized tonight, that have made phase 1 of the Joe Etzel Field project a reality. We've not missed a day of practice since we started. The kids came back on the 6th of January on their own at a time where we couldn't coach them, and they trained for a week. And I just don't know that we've ever had the opportunity to be where we are right now at this point in the season, having not missed a single practice day. Believe it or not, we scrimmaged 10 innings today. So having a field with no puddles, no tarp. I know somebody was telling me yesterday, Kurt Younger was telling me he really misses the 6 a.m. call from Tucker saying, hey, we got to get the tarp on the field. So we won't have to deal with that any longer. I want to draw your attention, and this is my final thing here, but my brother is a pretty talented guy, and I have two brothers that are both talented, but one of them is quite artistic, and I asked him to come up with something for me that was meaningful for me personally, and something that I thought could be meaningful for the team, a vision for where we want to take the program. And he said, well, do you have a picture? And I said, no, I don't. You know, I was hired on February 1st, so last week just celebrated my 17th anniversary here at the university. And in 17 years, we've never done that. I did it as a player here, but we've not done it as, I've not done it as a coach. I've not looked from the dugout to watch a group of kids celebrate like that. So I told my brother, no, I don't have the picture. It's in my head, but it's not as clear as a picture would be. And I shared this with our team, that this is where we want to go. This is something I very badly want to see our program experience. But it's kind of fuzzy. If you saw this up close, you'd go, well, that's not really a picture, that's more of a painting. But even though it's not clear, if you look at the kid on the right, you can kind of see Eric Sapp there. And if you look at the blonde kid on the right side of the huddle, you think, is that Kevin Farley? And is the kid at the top pointing his finger, is that Caleb Whalen? And it's clear enough that you can kind of get the vision of it, but our job this season is to try to bring that sharply in focus. And I'm sick of seeing us play against ourselves. We need to see a team in a different color uniform right now, because we've done an awful lot of inter-squad. And I'm excited to see us get out of the gate next week against Riverside. You have schedules on your tables. I hope you'll put those in your pockets and come see us whenever you can. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you very much.
We have a slight amendment to our program this evening, a special show of appreciation. We have a number of people that we'd like to thank this evening, and we also are going to have an opportunity to have a little fun and raise some money for Pilot Baseball. But assistant coaches Larry Cassian and Tucker Brock have some special gifts that they would like to present to people who were very instrumental in phase one of the Joe Etzel Field construction program. And so as I announce you, would you please come up and receive your gift and recognition and appreciation for all you've done for Pilot Baseball. First on the list, Larry Renda. And Tucker, Brock, and Larry Cassian have come up with shadow boxes of Etzel Field to present to each one of them.
Yes, it will.
Next up, and the namesake of our field, Mr. Joe Etzel. Coach Cassian says we'll make sure we use the ball later. A member of our athletic administration whose task is to help us acquire the resources to approach projects like phase one of the construction project, Mr. Colin McGinty. And the gentleman who was speaking about a vision for the program, who was just up here, head coach Chris Sperry. We have other shadow boxes for other benefactors who couldn't join us tonight, but thanks again to Coach Cassian and Coach Brock for their thoughtfulness and insights into recognizing people who've made a big difference here. Next on our program is a special award. It is in its second year. All of us here at the university have the privilege of working with some very extraordinary people, and this award was created to honor one of those. It is named in honor of Sam Bridgman, who has provided inspiration in the past, presently, and will so in the future to the entire UP community, and particularly the student-athlete population here at the University of Portland. So if I could have from our athletic performance staff, coaches Brad Scott and Kat Wade to come forward. They have the presentation for the next Sam Bridgman Award winner.
The Sam Bridgman Award was created by our department to continue to honor what Sam has taught all of us about perseverance, dedication, and what it means to be a man of strong character. Adversity does not build character. We believe instead that adversity reveals character. The 2013-2014 award recipient further defined what it meant to be a man of strong integrity, strong character, and strong in his faith. On December 10th, 2012, J.R. Bunda experienced a terrifying event that could have turned into a tragedy. While J.R. fought for his ability to return to the mound, we watched as he only showed gratitude where others might show frustration. Once released, we watched as he showed respect and appreciation for the limitations and boundaries where others would have shown resistance and looked for ways not to comply. JR came into the weight room every day with a vengeance, full of positive energy and a complete understanding of his role and his boundaries. He worked within them as if they were limitless and continued to lead his team. It is fitting in a way that the second recipient of this award be one of Sam Bridgman's closest friends, one of his soulmates, if you will. It is with great honor that I present this award to J.R. Bunda. As much as I would like him to be with us this evening, as we know he's continuing his playing career in Australia. Thank you.
Now it's an opportunity to have a little fun and raise a little money on behalf of Pilot Baseball. And for that purpose, we have the Heads and Tails game. And to help facilitate that are Beth Taylor and Diet Kaputska, mothers of current pilots, Grant Taylor and Cody Watts. And so those of you with the, I think the flashing lights, you can get ready for the game.
Hi, everybody. My name is Beth Taylor, and this is Diet Kaputska. And as I think we said, I'm Grant Taylor's mother, and this is Cody Watts' mama. And we're going to lead you tonight in the Heads or Tails game. Now, we had so much fun with this last year, we thought we needed to do it again. And it's called the Diamond Dinner, so we felt that it was appropriate, again, to have a diamond for the prize. Now, when we Googled, we needed to find someone who would love to give us a diamond, because we're all about raising money. So when we Googled jewelers in North Portland, two places came up, Fred Meyer Jewelers and the pawn shop. So actually I approached both. But this year we got a diamond from Fred Meyer Jewelers, so we're really excited. So we didn't have to pay for it. So it is a gorgeous 1/4 carat diamond. It has blue diamonds in the middle and diamonds encrusted around it, and it is close to Valentine's Day, everybody. So we also included a $100 gift card. The Hummel family very nicely donated. It goes to Palomino's up in Seattle, if you're up Seattle way, but it's for the Portland City Grill in the Portland area. So everybody who bought a blingy ball means that you get to play, but you know, we can easily take bid numbers right now. So if you didn't have an opportunity to get in and still want to get in, you all have a bid card, and this is actually would be good practice because we are going to do an oral auction. If you still want to get in, raise your bid card, and we'll just, it's $25 to play. So if you want to play, raise your bid card. So in the back, and those bid cards are so big. I think that says 285, number 86, number 32. Anybody else? Great, this would take care of your Valentine gift. Okay. Oh, and number 53. 53. Okay. So if you've got a blingy, or if you just paid, the 4 of you who just paid, stand up and let's, oh no, don't stand up yet. I need to give the directions. I'm sorry. So, to play, it's heads or tails. So we're going to flip the coin. And so when we flip the coin and it's heads, and if you vote that it's heads, you would do this. My Vanna. And if it's tails, you would do this. So you need to make a decision, and you need to be clear about your decision. So if we flip the coin and you voted correctly, you get to stay standing. If you have not voted correctly, you need to sit down. So if you got a bling, stand up, please. Okay, now you all need to vote. Is it heads or is it tails?
Everybody voting? Everybody voting.
And no cheating. Okay, we're flipping the coin. It's tails. Okay, so here we go again. You can make a different choice. Do you think it's heads or do you think it's tails? Ready?
Tails.
It's tails again. Okay, so it's time to vote again. Do you think it's heads or tails? Everybody vote? Okay.
It's not my problem.
It's tails again. Okay, one more time. Okay, you need to vote again. Is it heads or is it tails?
They have enough? Heads.
Heads. Okay, if you're still in the game, I would like you to come up here in front, please. Come on down. And so stand here in front, please. Okay, I need you all to vote. Okay? Is it heads or is it tails? Okay. It is heads.
Do you want to give her the box?
Oh, who is she? I don't know if she's...
All right, it's now another opportunity to raise a little bit more financial resources for Pilot Baseball. We are going to commence with a live auction, and to direct the live auction, please welcome to the stage Pilot Baseball fan extraordinaire and the university's Assistant Vice President for Community Relations, Mr. Jim Kuffner. Check. There are 5 items that will be auctioned. And as soon as I pull the script out for the items, we'll get started.
Should be a folder right there on top. Yeah, that's it. You got your own? Okay.
If you have one of these on your table, you can follow along as to what the items are. The first item for auction is a weekend package for 2 at the Heathman Hotel in downtown Portland, named one of the world's best places to stay by Condé Nast Traveler. Those are for you who are outside the Portland metropolitan area. This package includes a 2-night stay in a deluxe king room, dinner for 2, a preferred bed and breakfast package, valet parking, and a gift certificate for Gilda's Restaurant. That's the package at the Heathman Hotel.
Okay, that's a great package, and those of you who love downtown Portland, this is your chance to really make it. We're going to start our bidding at $420 tonight, $420. So let's get it started right now. $121, thank you. We go $420 now, we go $520. $520, there it is, we go $520. $520, I need $520, I need $620. Give us $620, there it is, $113, thank you. $620, I go $720 now, give us $720. Are you sure? Oh, sure, I saw a hand up. All right, $720, you got $620, I need $720 now. This is downtown Portland, this is the Heathman, this is class, this is Gilda's Restaurant, this is beautiful river nearby. I got $620, I need $720. I need $720 now, I got $620. $620, get going. Give it, give it, give it. All right, $620 once, twice. We're sold, back in the corner. Number 1, what's that number there? 113, thank you, 113, okay.
Okay, next item that's up for bid is titled The Chef's Table. It's an exquisitely prepared meal, prepared specifically for you by Bon Appetit General Manager Kirk Mustaine. Kirk will work with you to pick the menu and the wine pairing and have dinner for 10 at the Strand Condominium along the Portland waterfront. That's the Chef's Table.
Well, I can tell you from experience, my brother Charlie and I just went to a chef's table here on campus that Chef Mustaine sponsors, and it is a totally awesome experience. I just can't imagine what it would be like to have him cater and do for you a chef's table down on the waterfront. We're going to start our bidding at $400. We got voice of party for 10. Thank you. 400 now. Let's go 500 here. Let's go 500. Now 400. 500. Thank you. 500. I need 600. 600 now. Thank you. 600 here. 600. I'm going for 600. I got 600. I need 7 now. I need 700. 7. Thank you. I need 800 now. I got 700. I need 8. This is party at 10. Thank you. 800. Go 900 now. $900. 900 now. We can do it now. We got. This is 10 people. World-class chef. Wine pairings with each service, party at 10. You took 10 people out for dinner. It would cost, there you go, thank you. Now I need 1,000. I got 900, I need 1,000. There it is, thank you very much. How about 1,100 now? Can I do 1,100? This is $1,100. It's beautiful chef, beautiful meal, beautiful dinner on the waterfront. Thank you, I need 1,200 now. I got 11, I need 1,200. I need 1,200 here. This is a great chef, wonderful place. This is Bon Appetit. These are our people right here. They know how to do it right. I got 1,100, I got 1,100. Can I see 12? Can I see 12? 1,200, thank you. 13. You do 1,300, I need 14 now. 1,400, I got 13, I need 14. 1,400. $1,400 for a fabulous meal, party at 10. Chef Kirk Mustaine. 1,300. 1,400, thank you very much. 15, let's do it, thank you, Louis. 15, I got 15. Can I get 1,600? Can I get 16? I got 1,500, can I do 16? I got 15, can I do 16? Right here. Party at 10. 1,500. Going once, twice. Thank you very much. Bidder number 135.
Those of you waiting for your opportunity, we have 3 more items of which to bid. And the next item to be up for bid will be a March 8th to March 15th visit to sunny San Diego, and you can enjoy a week's stay at Villa L'Auberge, located on the bluff above the Pacific Ocean in the village of Del Mar. And there are private balconies from every suite. It's located on the grounds of the Inn L'Auberge Hotel. The villa's guests enjoy the use of the inn's many amenities, such as health club, pool, lap pool, spa, tennis courts, and it just happens to coincide with the Pilots' visit to the University of San Diego. They have a 3-game West Coast Conference Series there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, March 13th through 15th. So you have 4 days to settle in and get ready for some baseball, and your package also includes tickets to the Pilots versus San Diego Toreros West Coast Conference Series.
Oh, Buzz, what an awesome package. I mean, think about it. San Diego, March, baseball, a week. We're going to start our bidding at $850 here. $850, we're at $850 here. Thank you. You got $850, got $950 now. Get $950. This is San Diego, sunny. Thank you, thank you. I need $1,050 now. $1050. I got $950. Can I get $1050? Can I get $1050 for this? Thank you very much. $1150. Can I do $1150 here? $1150 here. I got $1050. Got to do $1150. This is a week in Del Mar. Think of all the sun that's down there. Pilot baseball. Beautiful ocean views. I got $1050. Can I get $1150? Can I get $1150 here? I got $1050. I got $1050. Baseball, San Diego, March. $1050. Can I get $1150? $1050. All right, then going once, twice, 3. Thank you very much. Raise that up, please. Somebody down there. Who got it? That's it. Thank you. All right, we'll get a number from you.
Thank you once again. We now have 2 items left in our live auction. The next item to be able to bid on, it's stay and play golf in beautiful Sun River. It's an opportunity to stay at the Sun River Resort at the Lodge Village Chalet. You have rounds of golf. 1 day round of golf at Crosswater. That's where the University of Portland hosted the 2006 NCAA Men's Golf Championships, and then the next day you have your choice of either the Woodlands or the Meadows Golf Course. So that's a package for golf and lodging at the Sun River Resort.
This is for an individual or party of 4?
I believe it's for 2.
42? 42. Okay, that's golf. That's golf in Sun River, some of the world's finest golf courses over there. Beautiful time, place to stay at. We're going to start our bidding at $650 here. Can we get $650? $650 right now. Thank you, guys. $750. Need $750. This is $750. This is Sun River. Choice of beautiful golf courses. Thank you very much. At $750, got $850 now. Can I get $850? Thank you very much. Get $950. Can I do 9? Can I do $950? I got $850. Can I do $950? Sun River. Rounds of golf. Party of 2. Thank you. Can I get $1,000 now? Give me $1,000 even right here. 1,000. Thank you very much. Can I get $1,100? Can I get $1,100 then? $1,100. I got 2 nights. Sun River, got 2 rounds of golf, beautiful courses. Was that a raise up right there? Oh, be careful. I thought I got you right there. I got $1,100. Can I get $1,100? Can I get $1,100 now? Got $1,000. Can I get $1,100? Yes, thank you. Can I get $1,200 now? I got 11. Can I get 12? $1,200. Beautiful golf, beautiful place, beautiful courses. Got 1,100. Can I do 12? Got 1,100. Got 1,100 going once. 12, thank you. Got 12, got 13. Can I get 1,300 now? Can I do it? Can I get 13 here? This is for golf. Thank you very much. Can I get 14 now? 1,400 now. 2 days of golf. Beautiful Sun River. Oh man, I can just see it. Pars all day. Birdies. Beautiful golf courses. I got 1,300. Can I get 14? I got 13. Can I get 14? 14, thank you very much. Can I get 15? Can I get 1,500 here? Last bid, can I get 15? Thank you very much. I got 15. Can I do 16 now? You're good. Can I get 16? I got 1,500. Can I get 16? Thank you, guy. I got 16. 17 coming back right at you. This is 2 days. This is Sun River. Pick your golf course. Couple of deuces. There you go. I got 16. Can I get 17? Can I get 7? He's got a bat. That's the wrong club. Okay. 1,600 once. Twice. Sold for 16. Thank you very much. All right.
And now the final item up for bid on our live auction. It's a baseball fans special treat. It's a trip for a behind-the-scenes visit to Safeco Field. Your host will be Pilot Hall of Famer Bill Kruger, former Major League ball player and Seattle Mariner broadcaster. And you'll take a tour of the press box, broadcast booth, You'll get to see the Root Sports pregame show in center field, and you'll enjoy the game from seats behind home plate, and you'll probably get to meet the Mariners broadcasters in addition to Bill, Rick Riz, Dave Sims, and Mike Blowers. So, last item up for bid. The party of 4 to go.
Oh, there you go. This is something that is really awesome. Party of 4, behind the scenes, at Safeco Field. Bill Kruger, big-time left-handed pitcher for the Pilots, Major Leagues. Enjoy that Safeco Field. Those new players are going to start at $200. Can I get $200 right here? I need 3. I need 300. Thank you. Can I get 4? 4, 500. Let's go 6. Can I get 600? 127. Can I get 7? 7. Thank you very much. Can I get 8? Thank you very much. Got 900 now. Can I get 1,000? This party is 4 people. 1,000. Thank you. Can I get 1,100? 1,100 now. 1,100. I got 1,000. This is Bill Kruger. This is a form. Thank you very much. Can I get 1,200 now? 1,200. Thank you. 1,300 here. Can I get 13? Safeco Field, behind the scenes. You know, I remember, thank you, 1,400. I remember Tommy Lasorda offered this down in Dodger Stadium. This will be as good or better. Come on now, you can do it. I got 1,300. Can I get 14? Thank you. Can I get 1,500 now? Can I get 15? 1,500. Here you go. Bill Kruger. You're going to get an inside, former Pilot. Great announcer. Safeco Field. Season coming up is going to be big. Probably meet Robbie Cano up there. Why not? I got 14. Can I get 15? I got 1,400. I got 14. Can I get 15 now? Last chance. 1,400 once, twice. Sold. Thank you very much. Raise that number up, please. Hey, you did it. Thank you, number 7. Lucky number 7. Good deal. Thank you very much. Go Pilots.
Thank you once again for your generous support of Pilot Baseball. Pilot Athletic Director Scott Lakem took ill today and was unable to join us, but it was his pleasure a year ago today to introduce the next video we are going to have an opportunity to watch as we talked in general terms about what we hoped would be phase 1 of the Etzel Field construction project. So if we could roll the video.
Joe Etzel Field is at the center of our campus and the center of our athletic facilities.
We had a beautiful field, and it still sits out there today. It's a real jewel, and it can be so much more.
I played here in the late 50s, graduated in 60, and we actually had our field in front of Howard Hall at that day. My first year coaching here, we moved the field to its present site right now, so I've kind of been in, 3 different fields.
I pounded nails on this stadium when it was built in 1986, and I was one of a lot of alums that, helped construct that thing, all with donated products.
We have an outstanding opportunity to take that next step and really looking at it in phases. And phase 1, which we're on the precipice of in this coming months, would be taking out our grass field and adding an artificial surface.
The only dirt on the field will be on the mound, which will enable us to train, practice in ways that we've never been able to do before when we have inclement weather here. It will also enable us to complete more games in foul weather.
As a continuation of that phase 1, also looking at scoreboard and fencing and lights. And the great component about the lights is, as we've seen from Merlot Field and a lot of the other night programming that's now happening on this campus, that athletics can play a big role in additional events and bringing the student body together.
And one of the things I'm most excited about is a roof that we have planned to go over all of the theater-style seating, which is going to be huge, and playing night games and some foul weather, day games in foul weather for that matter. It'll be nice to be able to keep people a little bit warmer and certainly dry.
New stands, looking at complete fan amenities that we don't have now, a grass berm down the right field line that we could see families, and attracting local little leagues and groups that we don't do from an attendance standpoint now, that will bring baseball into the North Portland and the greater Portland community, and it's something that could have an impact for years to come.
What a unique experience to be able to go to a Division I school, be able to play both sports, and then have an unbelievable collegiate experience in the classroom. It couldn't have been any better.
Parents in particular love our academic environment. Being able to combine that with first-class baseball facilities, I think truly sets us apart in the area.
The high school player out there is seeing the opportunities that are here and the education, and along with the baseball program and good coaching, and I like to see where it's going.
I have the same feeling today that I did when I was a player, and that's I want this place to be special. I want this place to be a place that does things that surprises people, that we accomplish things that people don't think we can accomplish.
Let's make Joe Etzel Field a premier college baseball facility and something that our past, current, and future baseball student athletes can be very proud of.
Now, the momentum and resources that were developed a year ago at the Diamond Dinner helped bring us to this point where phase 1 of Joe Etzel Field construction project is now a reality. And so we have a second video to offer you to present Joe Etzel Field phase 1.
We wouldn't have opportunities like this in the past, and with this new field, we're able to do things that we weren't able to before, and I think that's going to give us kind of a head start going into this season and compared to prior years.
The renovations at Joe Etzel Field have really exceeded all of our expectations, and it did take a village. I mean, it was a situation where we had some key donors of the Renda family, the Hirsch family, the Etzels, Walt Spitznagel, and some others really stepped to the plate and helped make it a reality.
Love our grass berm over there, so hopefully when we get some sunny days, some students and fans will be able to go down there and fill this place up. And I know in the next few years they're expecting to get brand new stands with our new rec center. It's starting to upgrade and it's going to look great.
It is a brand new facility, from the scoreboard to the fences to the bullpens to the lawn seating. It's really helped us take a major step forward. The next step, and we're about 60-70% of the way there, is fundraising for lights that we hope to have as soon as the 2016 season.
I've definitely noticed like a change in atmosphere. It's nice because at the end of the practice, guys can still be out here hitting, no matter if it's raining a little bit or if it's getting a little darker or whatnot. We won't have to rake the infield. It gives guys a little bit of wind in the sails and, a little more time to be out here and getting better, actually.
There's two pieces moving from grass to turf. There is an initial cost to adding turf. There is also a savings as we go along. The amount of money we were spending on redoing the infield and outfield and resodding. And now our coaches and our student athletes, there's no maintenance to do.
The momentum that we have started, carry through with the lights later this year, springboards us into getting the whole project done in shorter time rather than longer time.
We have a few small items to take care of in phase 1 to complete the project. Starting next week, our vendor will be in to put protective padding on all our poles and rails, and our windscreen will go up on the outfield. It'll incorporate a nautical theme. The distance down the lines in the alleys to center field will both be in feet and fathoms, and we'll have displayed on the windscreen our pilot baseball Hall of Fame members and the significant accomplishments of pilot baseball over the years. None of this would have taken place without your support, but particularly a couple of people have been instrumental in where we are tonight. Their contributions, both from a resource standpoint, and they're reaching out to people and bringing them into the pilot baseball community, are instrumental in what you've seen on the video. So I'd like to thank Lori Renda and Joe Etzel. And to amplify a little bit what was said about phase 2. Phase 2 incorporates lights at Etzel Field. We are at a fundraising threshold right now of $300,000 with the proceeds from tonight's Diamond Dinner headed to augment that figure. We'll be about $100,000 short of our goal necessary to complete the lighting project, but it'll get us started in the permitting process, and we hope that in the intervening period of time between now and the end of the regular season, we will hit that goal, and with your help, we certainly hope so, and that this summer the lighting of Edsel Field will be completed so that come fall baseball, we'll be able to practice under the lights. So thanks again for all your help. And I'd like Beth Taylor and Diet Kaputska to come forward again. We have another portion of our program that they're going to orchestrate for us.
Or here again. As you saw in the video, we're so fortunate the university has put the resources together for that gorgeous new turf. I hope some of you were able to go out before the evening tonight and get a look from the pitching area, that there was the pre-party to the party, to see that gorgeous new turf field and to see that new scoreboard. It really has changed the dynamics of that field. But we're trying to turn the lights on, as you heard, and as most of you know, at auctions, most auctions have a raise the paddle, and so tonight we're going to raise the paddle to see if we can help turn the lights on. It would be so fun to get to go to an evening baseball game here at University of Portland. So we're going to start tonight the Raise the Paddle at $5,000. Is there anyone in the room this evening who would love to help turn the lights on at University of Portland and raise the paddle for $5,000?
I've been asked by former pilot baseball player Dennis Sten, who wasn't able to be here tonight, to commit to $5,000 to help paddle race get started.
It's wonderful, thank you. Is there anyone else in the room this evening who would like to turn the lights on for $5,000?
On behalf of Bernard Dahl, we'd like to turn the lights on with $5,000.
Is there anyone else in the room who would like to give $5,000? Bidder number 155, thank you for your very, very generous support. Thank you very much. Anyone else at $5,000 for the lights? The next level we're going to go to is $2,500. Is there anyone in the room this evening who would like to turn the lights on for $2,005? Number 135, who's been a wonderful supporter, thank you very much for your lovely support. Is there anyone else at $2,500? Okay, how about $1,000? Anybody, do you feel like you're on Jeopardy here? $1,000. Is there anybody who'd like to be at $1,000? Bidder number 300, thank you very much, bidder number 300. Bidder number 127, thank you. Thank you. In the back, bidder number, oh my gosh, I can't see it, 292? 292. And next year I vote for bigger numbers, please. Anyone else at 1,000? Okay, how about oh, excuse me, where? Oh yes, oh here, number 23, thank you, 23. I mean, I don't want to rush it if you're going to raise your paddle. How about at 500? Is there anyone in the room who'd like to buy light bulbs for 500? Bidder number 181. Thank you. Bidder number 288. Bidder number 130. Oh, bidder number 3. Oh dear. Bidder number 60.
285.
Bidder 285. And bidder number 48. And bidder number 175. Okay, how about 100? Would anybody like to turn the lights on for $100? Oh, I missed, you know what? Take him down, I'm sorry, take her down. I missed this up. Terrible, I should read my notes. How about 250? So at the 250 level, number 78. Is 40 up? Bidder number 40 at 250.
86.
Bidder number 86. Bidder number 32. Bidder number 157. Bidder number 69. Bidder number, that's not a bidder number, that's the table number. Don't do that to me.
Oh, yeah, bidder number 12.
Bidder number 110, and bidder number what?
12.
Bidder number 12. And somewhere over here, bidder number 112. And bidder number 1. Oh, you got bidder number 1? Coach Sperry, that's a pretty cool number. Okay, so 250 closed. Now, the one I was asking for before, I'm very sorry, at 100. Who would like to bid at 100? Okay, bidder number 21, bidder number 91, bidder number 172, bidder number 134, bidder number 148. Going, gone. Thank you. Oh, no. No, not going, gone. Bidder number 35 and bidder number 114. We're at 100. So the fellow who was using the table number 31 is bidding $100. And bidder number, I can't read it.
102.
102. Obviously, I'm going to have to see my eye doctor. And bidder number 140, the jewelry winner, bidder number 147. Okay. Well, you guys, thank you very much. This makes a huge difference in the program, and thank you very much for participating in the Raise the Paddle tonight, and thank you very much for your support.
One of the things that Coach Sperry mentioned in the video about the only thing we'd have to take care of would be the clay on the mound. Well, we took care of that. All of the mounds at Edsel Field are synthetic, so essentially we just pull the Velcro and pull out the landing spot from the pitchers when it wears out and put another one in. It's lasts about every 6 games. We do have one clay mound in the home team bullpen, so that when we hit the road, our guys will be prepared to play on a clay mound. We have the featured part of our program tonight brings us a special guest, and to introduce him, I'd like to welcome back head coach Chris Sperry.
My good friend Hank Jones, sitting right here, is going to begin his 42nd year with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He started with the Giants before. We hate the Giants, don't we? That same year, Steve Garvey started in an infield with Davey Lopes and Bill Russell and Ron Say, who's a Northwest kid from Tacoma. That infield stayed together for the better part of a decade, something we'll never see again. In my opinion, it was the best infield, arguably in the history of the game. And when I was a kid playing wiffle ball in our front yard with my 2 brothers, my brother Dan was always the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he had a great Willie Stargell deal that he did. And I was always the Cincinnati Reds, and Mike was always the Los Angeles Dodgers. So everybody had a Garvey impersonation. Honestly, if this wasn't here, I would do it, but I'm not going to do it. We've had a chance to visit a little bit by phone and in person today. He met, what a phenomenal job he did with our players for probably more than an hour today. It was just tremendous, and wonderful sense of humor and a caring person, and a list of highlights that's pretty impressive. Nearly a 20-year career batting average of .294, 272 home runs, 1,308 RBIs. Played with the Dodgers and the Padres, 10-time All-Star, World Series champion in 1981, National League MVP in 1974, 2 times National League Championship Series MVP, 4-time Gold Glove Award, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, Roberto Clemente Award, and his number 6 has been retired by the San Diego Padres. It is my great pleasure to introduce Steve Garvey.
Wow, my family made it here. You know, it's interesting. You can tell a lot about the character of an institution, its leadership, the fiber of a university like this is not only its academics, but its soul and its sports. So when I landed today, and I had an hour delay due to a part failure, and I'm thinking, oh my Lord, you know, I always leave a day early, but I had some personal commitments, and I had talked to Chris, and Chris and I had just bonded right off the bat. And once I landed, this was his text. Welcome. I'm in the security waiting area. I'm in the gray rain suit. I'm short, fat, bald, and wear a beard. In which I responded, you're just my type. So I don't know the abbreviation, but we're going to be best friends forever after that. And I start this off, and of course, the most wonderful surprise this evening is seeing 2 dear friends. This beautiful lady over here, who continues to look younger. And when she was working with Safeway for a series of years, we put on a wonderful who's who of baseball charity softball game that started off in Rancho Cucamonga and went to the University of California, in which the Safeway employees would play the likes of Steve Garvey and Reggie Jackson and Pete Rose and Ozzie Smith. And you would think it would be a very one-sided game, which it was, because not all of their team worked for Safeway every day. They would jump out to a 10 or 12 run lead, and we would battle our way back with a lot of pride. Great to see you. And then, of course, a man who has been like an older brother to me, and that's Joe Allegretti. We first met each other in the 70s, and with Allegretti and Company, I had a chance to be a spokesman for him, and ever since then, he and his family, and although we don't see each other every year and frequently, he has been a great example for me and mentor, and Joe, thank you. But Joe also told me, he said, somehow he found out I was coming, left me a message, you know, you're coming to a very special place at the University of Portland. And he told me the story of a couple years ago. He's going through a very difficult time, and he needed to talk to God. And being a strong Catholic, he decided that he would go to New York and St. Patrick's Cathedral. He would approach the Cardinal and ask the Cardinal if he could somehow, some way, set up the opportunity to talk to God. And he got there, and he was ushered into the Cardinal's residence, and of course it was immaculate, and the decorations were so beautiful, and they were from all over the world. And the Cardinal took him into his room, and it was very ornate. And Joe said, can you help me? I need to talk to God. And the Cardinal said, yes, my son, it'll be $100,000. And Joe said, but Cardinal, I just want to talk to God. It's very, very important, and a man of the cloth and so influential like yourself. And he said, I'm sorry, my son, this is St. Patrick's, and it's $100,000. So Joe walked outside, and any of you who have been to St. Patrick's know these beautiful steps, and they go out to Madison Avenue, and he out to the steps, and he looked down. All of a sudden, a man came by, and he stopped, and he said, I'm sorry, sir, you look down. What's the matter? You look very sad. He said, I need to talk to God, and it's very important to me, and I just, $100,000. What? Man said, what? He said, I have an idea. He said, there's a brother at the University of Portland why don't you go there and see him? So Joe came here, and he contacted Brother Tom. And Brother Tom greeted him, and he went into his very austere and very simple room. And Joe said, I need to talk to God, brother. And I heard that if I came to you, you could help me. And he said, Mr. Allegretti, absolutely. And Joe said, but how? And he said, well, he said, see that black phone over there? And Joe said, yes. He said, but at St. Patrick's, it was a gold phone. And Brother Tom looked at him and he said, Joe, he said, here at the University of Portland, it's only a dime to call God. So once he told me that, I knew I was coming to a very, very special place this evening. It's true. It's a true story. Trust me. Evenings like this are a celebration. It's a celebration of a wonderful commitment to the baseball team, the athletic department, to the university itself and what it stands for. And being a Catholic, I understand what Catholic institutions believe in, what their mission statement is. And that's to send young women and young men out into the world with faith, with understanding, with an education, with an understanding of how to compete in society, and those that play sports or whether they act or whatever they do at the university, it builds strong backbones and strong men and strong women. And it's about the administration, it's about the moms and dads, and all you moms and dads tonight, I can relate to you. All of you were kids when I was playing. That's what happens when you get older, right? I'm 45 now, and it's been a while. Yeah, you're still awake. I still got you right here. Yeah, I got you right here. And then it's about the boys. And when Chris said that I want you to get a chance to spend time with the boys, and I've spoken to several universities over the years and thoroughly enjoyed it. And I have as much fun as probably anybody here. But tonight to sit down with the boys and to talk and to share with them the journey that I took and the things that I learned and the things that I can give back into this small fraternity that we have called baseball players, Whether you're a little leaguer or whether you're a pony leaguer or you go to high school or college or become a professional or even a major leaguer, it's the love of baseball. It's the love of our national pastime. You grow to love this game that's so very, very difficult. It's a game of failure. It's a game, as we talked about today, that doesn't have a clock. There's no time limit. 27 outs and one more run, you win, or extra innings. It's a game where we talked about today, it may last 3 hours, but there's only 7 minutes of actual play where the ball's in play. And the rest of the time, it's mind over matter. It's trying to concentrate. I talked to the outfielders today. How many guys have ADHD, Remember, for those of us a little more mature, you used to say, well, I've got a kid that's hyper, right? Now you got ADHD, right? And I have 2 kids with it. And I know it's a tough enough game, and even when you're challenged like that, and even when you take medication, my son's with the Colorado Rockies now, and he has ADHD, and he's qualified to take, Metadate. But still in the 7th inning at Grand Junction or on the road and a squirrel runs in the outfield, he's watching that squirrel, He's trying to follow it. So it's tough enough without the challenges that just come across us in life. And I asked the boys, and I always, and Joe knows I say this every now and then, first thing I said to the boys is, how many of you guys think I was taller, And they're an honest bunch, I'm telling you. They all raised their hands. And I know they were thinking, look at this guy. How do you get 6 200-hit seasons, How do you get 272 home runs? And I told them I have a better strike zone at this size than somebody 6'4", 6'5". And they laughed. I was starting to get their confidence up then, yeah.
And I got one of the boys up and we tweaked his grip a little bit. And we talked about commitment. We talked about having a passion for the game and about this journey. And I didn't mention this to the boys, but seeing all the parents stand up tonight and having been a parent and having a son in the minor leagues now and having another one in high school and the evolution of traveling, sports, and the amount of time that you put in and the amount of late dinners and the amount of fast foods that we dads have to eat on the road, and we wonder why we gain weight, These miserable kids have us eating at 10:30 at an In-N-Out Burger somewhere at night. And of course, we have to eat with them. We don't want them to eat alone, right? And the washing of the uniforms and the agony of each at bat or each pitch. And a couple years ago when Ryan was a junior and sophomore and he was on the radar and became a senior and the scouts were there, and they used to always say, "Hey, Gar, was it tougher to play or watch?" I said, "Much tougher to watch." And they'd smile at me just as you smile, because we know how tough it is. And I want to shout out, "Curveball!" But you can't do that, right? I want to shout, "Here comes a changeup!" But you got to learn on your own. You've got to step up to the plate. You've got to swing the bat. You got to stand on the mound with nobody out and bases loaded facing the number 4 hitter, and the score's tied and you're on the road and it's the bottom of the last inning, and you got to get this guy out. It's a challenge, right? It's a round ball and a round bat. Pitcher stands 60 feet 6 inches from the plate. He knows the speed, angle, location, and you're the batter. At 90 miles an hour, it's less than half a second to determine speed, angle, location. When you get the round ball and the round bat, you know how much the variation is between a pop-up and a ground out or hitting it? It's an inch. An inch. And by the way, if it hits you, it hurts, right? Right, guys? Raise your hand if it hurts. Come on. Yeah, I know. How many parents have told their kids at an early age, "Don't worry if it hits you, it doesn't hurt"? Come on, you told them that. You're wondering why they don't listen to you anymore. It hurts, right? And then when you do everything perfectly and you hit the ball squarely, there are 8 great athletes with big gloves in front of you. And Doubleday or whoever invented the game didn't make it a rectangle, didn't make it a square, didn't make it a circle. He had these funny angles, right? So that it seems like there's 12 guys out there sometimes, right? How can he hit a ball through there? And by the way, can you outrun the ball? Absolutely not. Usain Bolt, world's fastest runner, runs 28, 29 miles an hour. You know how slow that is, right? It's like this. Graham could hit that right now, right? So the reason why, that's why it's the most difficult sport in the world to do. And all of us have played it at some level. We've played softball, we've played 12-inch, we've played a little wiffle ball, we've all played some form of baseball or softball and realized, gee, this isn't very easy. This is really tough. And when you've worked your way through the young stages of your little league and so forth, and nowadays you get to the point where you make a traveling team at 10, 11, 12, and you start your journey around, you play the best of the best, And each level, it starts to break down and the competition is tougher and the margin for error is less. And I told the guys today, you're at a point now where you've worked hard to get here. You've shown a lot of the virtues that it takes to be a winner, to be successful. But it takes passion. It takes commitment. It takes listening and learning and watching. Used to be, when we were kids, we'd have the game of the week on NBC. Remember that? One game you got to see. And boy, if you missed that game, you didn't see any games on TV, you listened to the radio. Now you can see every game by every team every night. You get extra innings. You can go to Sirius Radio. I sit with my boys and 99% of the pitches are from center field, and we play a game about guess the pitch, right? It's going to be a fastball, it's going to be a slider, it's going to be a curveball. What's the hitter going to do on this? That's the charm of baseball, because you get time to decide. Football is 11 guys going against each other. Basketball up and down the court. Hockey speeding all over the place. Baseball, 7 minutes of action, 3 hours. That's why moms find a lot of things to do, right? And we guys, because it's the national pastime, sit there because we know how tough it is. You know? And I asked the guys, what kind of year did you have last year? They were pretty honest, right? Not a good year. It was a tough year. Right? But it was a learning year. Remember, we learn more from losing and learn more from the negative execution than we do from success. We do something successful, we revel in it, we enjoy it, we have fun with it, we don't think about it. We strike out with the bases loaded, we let up the home run. We bobble the throw. We're not thinking, we're in the wrong place at the wrong time. When it's all over, we think about that. What could we have done differently? How can we change that? How can we work harder? I asked one of the boys today, what's your goal this year? Win the conference. I said, that's good. But why don't you want to win all, 52, 53 games? Right? Because if you don't set your goals at the top, then you're not going to reach for the stars. I was at a wonderful annual banquet in Columbus, Ohio a few years ago, and Columbus Touchdown Club, and they give out 40 awards every year for Lineman of the Year and Track and Field Athlete of the Year and Tennis Star of the Year, Men's and Women's, and I got to the category of Offensive Lineman. This was a while ago, and the winner was Orlando Pace, who was a great tackle out of Ohio State. And Orlando was the first 325-pound pulling tackle and guard. And he used to run right over guys, and that's where the term pancake came in, you know? He pancaked them. And he wasn't there that night, and his mother was, and I introduced his mother, and you're only allowed a minute, and Mrs. Pace got up, and she started talking about her baby boy, right? 320 pounds, 6'7" baby boy. And how he, you know, he was a mama's boy, really. He may look big, but he's a mama's boy. And it was 4 and 5 minutes, and I'm rubbing her back. You know, time to move on. She looks at, now Stevie, I have one more thing to say. She called me Stevie, you know, which took 20 years off me right there. And she said, you know, I've always told Orlando to reach for the moon. And if he falls short, he'll be a star. And Orlando Pace went on to be a 10-time All-Star, and he listened to Mama, right? But he reached for the moon. Want to bat 1,000? You got to make that as a goal. Nobody's ever done it, but why not try? Want to win 53 straight games? Do it. Right? You've learned from losing. Correct those mistakes and move on. I told him today, everything leading up to next week, out by me, UC Irvine. All this hard work in the fall and all this hard work up to now and all the way up to the first game is where championships are won. It's through hard work and dedication and commitment, through teamwork, through a band of brothers. Single most difficult thing to do in sports. Throw it, hit it, catch it. Make the right turn. Hit the bag the right way. Make the right slide. Right? It's tough. And you're going to go up against a lot of teams this year who want to do the same thing. But what we talked about today was, we talked about two things. We talked about finishing. Right? To get it yourself into a position at the end of the game. If you lost 25 games last year, probably 20 of them, you were still in a position to win. Learn from that. Be a closer. Many of you out here are in business. It's important to close, right? It's important to know your stuff. It's important to be able to communicate. But being a closer ends up virtually in success. And compete from the first pitch to the last pitch of the game. You're up 15-1, you're down 15-1. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your team. You owe it to the university. And you owe it to honor the game, to compete from that first pitch to the end. Because it's an honor. I mean, it's an honor to go to this university. It's an honor to be a student here. It's an honor to, as a parent, to have your boy or girl here, much less compete. In an era when people always say it's the era of entitlement, right? And you look at Major League players, and I agree with you. There's a lot of them that feel entitled. We talked today, coach today. How many times do you see a player hit a ball and run hard for 60 feet and jog the rest of the way? Right? That really makes me mad. It's an honor to play the game. It's an honor to represent a university. It's an honor to represent your high school. If you get a chance to go professionally, represent the Dodgers or the Rockies or the Giants. How many Giant fans do we have here? You finally won, huh? 50 years, and then you win 3 out of 5 years, right? I admire you. I admire you. Any Cub fans, though? Have you forgiven me for that home run I hit back in '84? No? He's shaking his head. No? Mm-hmm. You see, but sports, and in particular baseball, because I'm preaching to the choir tonight, right? I'm a Catholic at a Catholic university talking to a baseball audience. Doesn't get any better than this for me. By the way, when the Dodgers made me an offer I could refuse, and I always say this, in other words, my contract was out, and they were going to try to get me to, for half of what I was really supposed to get, and I'd become a free agent. I mean, where do you go if you're a Catholic? There's only 2 teams, right? You only become either a Cardinal or a Padre, right? And when Ray Kroc got a hold of me, owned the Padres, and he said, Stevie, listen, he said, I want you here. I know all the things you do off the field and relationships, and he said, you've been a winner. He said, I can only pay you in Big Macs and French fries, but I really want you here. That's why he was successful, right? He got you to play for just about nothing. But he said the one thing that we all want to hear. He said, I think you can make a difference. He said, we've never won, but I think you can make a difference off the field as well as on the field. And that's all we want to hear, right? We just want to be relevant in life. We just want to make a difference. And if we have faith, I mean, I fortunately can go to Mass when I'm home every morning. Son goes to high school, and I stop in, and I always end my prayers with, God, give me the strength to make a difference. You've blessed me with so many things. Blessed me with a wonderful wife and 7 children. See, I was an only child growing up. This was God's joke. Then I'm with 25 guys every day, and he starts giving me daughters, right, to balance my life out. And finally, when I'm drowning in estrogen, he finally gives me Ryan 21 years ago. Right? So never doubt that there isn't a God above. Trust me right there. But you're so blessed, and we're so blessed, and sure, things happen in life. And sure, we get thrown curves when we're looking for fastballs. And we get a split-fingered pitch every now and then when we think we're on top of the world and we strike out looking. But we know one thing, with faith, with belief, with a never-ending quest to find out how good we are, we will always ultimately be successful in God's eyes. 7 years old, growing up in Tampa, Florida. My dad comes home, he's a Greyhound bus driver. He says, you want to skip school tomorrow? I said, yeah, great. What are we going to do? He said, well, I got a charter to pick up the Brooklyn Dodgers from the Tampa airport and take them to St. Pete to play the Yankees in an exhibition game. He said, I think it might be a kind of a father-son day for us, right? This was 1956. The Dodgers had just beaten the Yankees for the first time. They were world champions. They'd gone 7 games the fall before. Johnny Padres threw a 2-hit shutout. So these were the world champion Brooklyn Dodgers. So my dad and 2 other gentlemen had started the second Little League in Tampa, Florida. It was going to open up a week later. And I started collecting Topps bubblegum cards. And I had about 15 or 20, but I had 7 Dodger ones because my dad was from New York and he was a Brooklyn fan. My mother was a Yankee fan. She gloated a lot, by the way. Yankees always beat those Dodgers. And I said, can I be excused? So I ran in, and I had my Habitampa cigar box, and I had my cards in there, and I came back, and we pulled out a Pee Wee Reese, #1, the captain, and a Campanella, and I had a Carl Furillo who wore #6, and a Gil Hodges, and a Jackie Robinson. And I said, Dad, tell me about these guys. Well, Reese is the captain. Campanella is 3-time MVP. Hodges, #14, big first baseman, kind, gentle, you know, Tiger at the plate. Jackie Robinson, the first black player, April 15th, 1947, took the field for the first time and started the evolution of the black player into Major League Baseball. So we talked for a while, and Dad said, you better get in there and get some sleep. So I went in, got up next morning about 6:30, went and got the bus, drove to the tarmac of Tampa International Airport, and I had my little blue jeans on, my Banlon shirt. How many guys remember Banlon shirts? That's right, you're all the guys over 50, right? And there was a royal blue like a Dodger, and I had my bushwhacks up. Remember we had flat tops and that bushwhack. I mean, it was a porcupine sticking up, right? So we're standing in front of the bus, and about 8:15, the K. O'Malley 1 banks into the distance, and that was the Dodger plane, the only team to have its own plane. Walter O'Malley, the great owner, had named the plane after his wife, Kay, 2 great Irish Catholics, by the way. And the plane lands, and it goes by, and it's got Dodgers on the side and a baseball on the wing. Wow, it's pretty heady stuff, right? The Dodgers have their own plane. They're world champions, and they have their own plane. And it taxied back, and there was no concourse, there was no gate B2 or 4 or 6 or C5 or whatever. They pushed the ramp up to the plane. It was a DC-7 prop jet. And the door opened up, and the first man off was Walter Alston, the great manager. The skipper always comes off first. And then there was Reese. There's Charlie Neal, the second baseman. Duke Snyder. So I'm standing in front, I've got my baseball cards. And the reason I tell this story is about 6-7 years ago, my wife Candace and I did a book called My Bat Boy Days. And it was about this one day that started a trend for several years to come. But in the first chapter, I'm standing there with my cards, and as each player comes by that I have a card of, I say it's as if this player walked off the card, right? Came to life. Can you see it digitally now in a Disney movie? Huh? Could you see little Stevie standing there and Pee-wee come off the card, and there he is? Huh? But back then, there they were. And each guy seemed to pat me on the head. Well, my dad's 6'4", and he's about 240, and I'm not, right? So don't pat your kids on the head when they're young. It'll affect the cerebellum or something like that, and they'll just be 5'10". And the last 2 guys were Campanella and Robinson, who are great friends. Did any of you see 42, the movie? Charming, wasn't it? Charming movie. Pretty close to real, you know. There's always some embellishment, but pretty doggone close. And Jackie Robinson stops, and I, what's the matter, you know? And Jackie looks at me, he says, son, you like baseball? I said, yes, sir, I do. And he said, well, you practice, sir, maybe somebody will be a Dodger. I looked at him, and I know the air came out. Did the words come out? I don't know, but yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir, yes. You know, I'm Southern, everything's yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And then Roy Campanella says, my dad's got this gray, good-looking gray uniform. He's got Joe on the name tag. And he says, Joe, your son, yeah. Is he a good student? And my dad kind of looks at me, and you know those moments where we cover for our kids, right? It's the worst reader in class. Every night, Mom and Dad would sit down with me 10, 15 minutes and help me. So he looks at Roy, and he says, yeah, Roy, he's doing pretty good. He was struggling with reading, but, you know, he's working hard. And Roy looks at me, and he says, son, he said, you can be the best player in the world. But if you can't think and you can't problem solve, he said, never going to make it. So you work hard now, but you work hard to school. And he patted me on the head. They went onto the bus, and 45 minutes later, we pull into the parking lot of Al Lang Field, where the Yankees trained, and we pulled up to the clubhouse, and the guys are getting off, and they're grabbing their bags, and a little guy with boxer shorts and a strapped t-shirt and a little cigar, comes out. And he says, "Hey, Bussy," talking to my dad. He was the clubhouse man. Right? And we would learn over the years, you want to really take care of the clubhouse man, right? And he says, "That's your kid?" My dad goes, "Yeah." He says, "Do you want a bat boy?" My dad looks at me and I look at Dad. "Yeah, sure." He said, "Well, get the bat bags out there, everything. The guys are going to be out in 15 minutes. So the bat bag's bigger than me, and the ball bag's heavy, helmet bag's huge, so Dad helps me drag it out. I'm an only child. Any only children in here? Huh? Right? You know how pragmatic. Oh, one of the Golden Girls over there. You guys are really fun, I'm telling you. You know how pragmatic we are. So I'm laying the bats out, putting the balls here, and I hear tsh, tsh, and I turn around, and there was Mickey Mantle. Every kid loved Mickey Mantle. Rippling muscles, good-looking, blonde, ran to first base in 2 seconds, it seemed like, hit huge home runs. And here he is launching these balls over the right field fence into St. Petersburg Bay. And I'm watching him, and I hear, "Son, you want to play catch?" And I turn around and Skill Hodges. And back then, real expensive gloves were $10. And my mother had gotten me a real good glove for Little League. She said, "But don't you lose it." So I had it on my belt, right? So I'm taking my belt off, and I'm taking my glove off, and I'm fumbling around. Oh my Lord, he's waiting for me and everything. And I finally get it on, and he lobs it to me. And I'm thinking, he doesn't know I'm starting Little League. I can catch. Throws another one to me. And another one's a little better arc to it, I throw it back to him, and I hear tsh, and I turn around, and boom, I get hit in the chest. And he comes over, "You okay?" I said, "Yes, sir, I'm fine." He said, "You weren't peeking at Mickey over there, were you?" I said, "Yes, sir, Mr. Hodges, I was." He said, "Son, we're the world champions." My first real lesson, right? So batting practice ends in a couple of minutes. Dodgers take the field, take an infield, outfield. I hear, "Hey, kid, come over and catch for me." And there was a great old manager in Carrigan by the name of Leo DeRocher. Leo DeRocher was the Tommy Lasorda of the 50s and 60s and 40s. Outgoing, loud, gregarious. You could hear him before you could see him, right? That kind of guy. We all know somebody like that. So I go over, and he hits the ball to the outfield, and the ball comes in, skips over my head. And he says, "Hey, you dumb so-and-so, keep it down for this kid." And I thought, I've never heard that before, but I've never heard that word before. Next one comes in, stays low, hits me in the shin. Ow. I'm tough, right? I'm starting Little League. I'm not going to show how hurt I am. "Hey, you dumb blank blank, you hit this kid." Never heard that before either, but... So batting practice ends, and we ultimately went to a Sporting News way back and found out the game was on March 28th, and the Dodgers won 5-2, and 2 days later they'd be marching their way back to opening day. But that day I sat on the bench and literally had Jackie Robinson sit on top of me, right? Didn't see me. Reese was there. He's going to say something. We sat down. "Oh, I'm sorry, son." "Oh, that's okay. It's okay, Mr. Robinson. You can sit on my lap. It's all right." And I'm thinking, Monday show and tell, nobody's going to believe this, all right? Jackie Robinson sat on my lap. And I'm listening to Reese and Hodges, and I really don't know what they're saying at that time. I do remember they're watching the pitcher and saying, if he holds it like this, it's a fastball, and if he holds it like this, it's a curveball. Now, these guys were watching a pitcher that they hopefully were going to face 6.5 months later in a World Series, right? Guy from the other league. But they were watching this pitcher so that maybe in the 5th, 6th, 7th game of a World Series with the Yankees and Dodgers later that year in October of '56 or September, that this pitcher in a key situation, if Hodges was up there and he saw that pitcher take that windup and bring it down like this, he was going to get a curveball. Right? And years on, as we talked to the boys today about layering, understanding the game, building your knowledge, creating a bank, your own bank, the bank of Steve, the bank of Todd, the bank of Tom, that you put your hard work and your skills into that. And when the time comes, you call that skill up, right? You withdraw that skill from your bank and you apply it and you do something that makes yourself successful and the team successful. But that's what champions did. They watched, they looked, they listened. They didn't talk about where they were going for dinner that night. They didn't talk about this or that. During the context of that game, they were talking about how they were going to beat this team by the little things, by the things that the opposition gives away. But isn't this what life is really all about? Isn't this what we do in life and our jobs and how we're successful? We have a passion for it, and we study it, and we practice it, and we become, we go into groups, and we have divisions, and Allegretti and Company was successful because Joe instilled that kind of teamwork, that kind of commitment with his people. Right? Yeah, sports is a template. Yeah, we play sports, and maybe that's how we learn as youngsters. And then we take it into life, and to get to that ultimate level, the odds are so great. But we take all those skills with us in business and in life. So being here tonight, being with these young men, being with their support team, and the real important team in their life is their family, right? You come home to your family. That's your aorta. That's your lifeblood. That's where your soul really emanates from. And to be at this point, to get ready for another journey this season is quite an honor for me. And I salute all of you for this. Normally, I speak for a much longer time, but I think tonight, sharing these things with you and encouraging you to support this team in many, many ways. One of them is to develop this wonderful field. By the way, what's the power company around here? Huh? Yeah? Well, why doesn't PGE sponsor this team and turn the lights on for free? Right? Come on, they're making a lot of money, right? You open up a bill every month and, yeah. That's good. I'll make a call. You give me the name and I'll call the chairman. So for Joe, you and I. See, when you're a marketing guy, you never stop thinking all the time. One last thing, and you've heard this wonderful little limerick before, and I'm going to modify it a little bit tonight, but it goes something like this. May the road rise to meet you. May the mound rise to meet you. May the wind be at your back, for the guys at the plate may be blowing out. May the rain fall gently on your meadows on this wonderful new turf that gives you no excuse to not play every day now. And may the sun shine warmly in your meadows, which is, of course, is this wonderful university. And I hope it shines for you very soon. If not, come down to Palm Springs. All of you hop on. We got room for 8, really. And may God take you in his hand and guide you all the days of your life. And I truly hope that for this team and for all of you. Thank you.
Before we conclude this evening, I would just like to ask you to extend a round of applause for yourselves. Our paddle raise, just a few minutes ago, raised $29,000 for turning the lights on at Etzel Field. So it won't take the chairman of PGE quite as much to finish the job. Before we conclude tonight, Coach Chris Sperry has a number of thank yous he'd like to extend also.
Just a few. First of all, it is really a thrill to meet one of your idols and have him be a better guy than you had hoped. Thank you for being here, Steve. I need a few ladies to come forward because without their help, this does not get done this year. Is Laura Hanna still here? Laura? Are you here, dear? Let's go, kid. Come on. Kathleen Sanders and Kristen Horak. And from our athletic department, Karen Peters and Mary Vernig, please come forward. And the two ladies you met already that chaired our auction, Diet Kapuska and Beth Taylor. Still waiting on a couple here. Jeez. Bar still open?
We wouldn't make that leap in our skirts.
Well, thanks to each of these ladies for donating their time, and it takes a lot of time. I've done it. And everybody played a key role in making tonight a huge success. I have gifts for you. I can't promise the sizes are right, but you can see me to exchange them, okay? So please take one of those.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome job. Great job. And thanks to all of you for attending. We're playing the alumni tomorrow at 2. Yeah. So there's some people in this room need to get some sleep. All right? I hope to see you tomorrow. Come on out and watch a little baseball, and we'll see you hopefully a bunch this spring. Thank you and good night.
Just a couple of parting remarks. If you have the winning bid on either auction, silent auction 1 or 2, or the oral auction, you can check out and collect your bid item in the boardroom and down the back hallway. Once again, thanks for a wonderful evening. Without all of you, it certainly isn't possible. We look forward to phase 2 of Etzel Field becoming reality this summer. February 12th, 13th, 14th, the Pilots are at UC Riverside. Tuesday, February 17th, 2 o'clock. First home game on Etzel Field, 2 p.m. Hope to see you then. Thank you.